Good morning, everyone. Oh, let's get started again. Oh, let's take a look. Can you hear me before I start chatting around? Yes, I can hear. Thank you, Philip. A good Christmas, by the way. No, I'm not in any trades yet, so this was still off here from last week. I'll take this one off. Okay, I'll go over the charts in a minute. I still need to take a look where we're at. I have no idea what we done last time. I'll take a few stuff off here. We start with a top-down analysis, and we will look how far we get and what we actually, or what we can expect. So we start with a weekly, we go down, and that way we will see what happens. So the week opened with a little bit opening gap to the upside. Looks like we had a small jump to the upside, and we are now filling it up already. We got buy side liquidity still laying above us. We're still like in a half choppy market because we're still ranging actually. The market did do a nice movement, like I can see, like Wednesday, but then yeah, so Wednesday it moved up. Thursday was no trading day, so now we had it immediately Friday, and that was like almost a sideways movement. So we didn't move that much. Was expected as holidays, guys. So I'm still not gonna jump into anything very fast. Just watching and see what happens. So in a 4-hour structure, if we watch what we are doing, just so we had a break of structure right here. We moved up. So now we're retesting it, but not sure that we retested everything yet. So let me see. We came up. We can come back to this gap right here too. Want to see, do we act here? Do we move immediately back up at this level, or do we start falling to this 4-hour for Valley Gap that's still open? That's what I'm going to be watching right now. If I see a shift to the upside, I'll jump in, stops at this low, and we will target this opening movement. There is buy side liquidity just above us. We still have a daily for Valley Gap right here that we never tapped. So if the market wants to continue up, that would be the target. If we're moving down, yeah, we can go down to 25,392 or something. Anybody that's in silver, I was expecting a little bit of a down movement because that was a huge jump. Look, we touched $83, guys. So take some profits right here. If you're buying silver, it's a must. It's not an accurate movement to not take some profits right now. Okay, so anybody that's in silver, take at least some profits. This is a 230% move in a few months, guys. We don't see this happening often, almost never. Okay, it took from 2011 to even breach this high, and then before that it was 1980. So that's a long time, guys. So we are breaching above it, so we have unlimited movements to the upside, but we have a huge momentum if we come back down to. So make sure if you're in silver, take at least your investment out of it. You can always rebuy it. Then you're always happy no matter what happens. At this point, it looks like the market is definitely going lower. So if the market keeps moving this way, we will have a full retest of all the movement. So we will come to this lower part. That will be between 25,007 and 25,023. That would be my aiming, and that would be again that 4 hour for value gap 2. That would be the full cap. Reason why is we made a break of structure right here. Let me take everything off for a second. So we made a break of structure right here. So this is the full move. That would be that move. And this is like laying inside a 60 to 78 level. If we continue up, this is the target I want to see hit, and now we continue further up. I do want to see a 15-minute shift before I'm going to jump into this. Now, I'll go over last week's trade. We took one trade last week. We were only online 2 days, so one trade was enough to take. We had a nice trade actually. I entered with a half hour, I took a partial, and I took a second partial, and then it came back to my entry. I put my stop then up here. It came actually tapped me out on this candle. Now I made 1.2, 1.2, 1.1. Let me see. I'll take my. I should have had. There should have been a way better, a way more trade actually. There should have been at least a 2R that we could have made out of this one. If we took a full R and let our hit our TP, that would have been a 3.9. So definitely a trade that we should have made a bit more than 1R at least, but still happy. Nothing happened. So I made a 1.03. I'm up this month on 10. So I'm up this month on 10.5, 83R, an average of 65. So I don't need to trade anymore for this month. We're at our average. 10 to 15R is our average. And this was the last trade that I took, all for risk. Everything is noted. And this was the trade. So make sure that you journal still, people, that you can rewatch your entries, and that you definitely know what we're heading to. Now, after the stream, I made a full document again, a little bit easier for everybody to read, and how to do a trade plan. I made a full new one. So anybody that's interested, I want you to have it. I'm not gonna explain anything about it. I want you to read it and see if you understand it. If you understand it, let me know. If you don't understand it, let me know too. I want to know how good is it readable. I want to make sure that everybody understands it completely. So anybody, give me a DM on Discord if you want it. I'll send it to you after the stream. So read it and go over it, or if you send me a DM now, I'll send it to you now. That's also fine. Make sure that you read it. Let me know if you understand it. If you understand it, if you don't understand it, let me know too, so I can adjust it so that everybody actually can read it the same way. So we're now still actually going in this. Yeah, we opened the void. We never closed to the high. So okay, so we're still in this down structure at this point. What do I see? So we made it a V shape out of it. This is actually a lot of liquidity is here resting here. So I believe we will tap this before we go down. Now we're moving slowly. We will definitely hit this gap, or I want to see a 15-minute shift to the upside. So for me, it looks like we will hit this 4 hour and afterwards move back up. So this would be a break of structure that we made, a clean one actually. And now this is the retest of that break of structure. If we are correct, this should be our entry model somewhere around this level and then continue further up. So we will be patient until we see a shift to the upside. I'll set up everything from last week. So previous day high. The This is done. If somebody doesn't know what the short word says, that's previous week high and previous day high is actually the same. For now, the market definitely looks like it wants a little bit more downside. You can see you can hit a 15-minute for value gap here. And if we see a shift, we will jump in a long. But before that happens, we need to be patient. So I do want to see that shift because now the market is definitely slowly moving lower. We can see we made break of structure right here. We had a retest into a 15-minute for value gap. We dropped again. We made a new break of structure. We came into a 15-minute for value gap. We dropped again. So at this point, the market is going lower. Until we see a liquidity sweep and a change, we can do nothing, or we want to see it come back up to this gap and then short from here back to the lows. We got two options, or we will fall into this 4-hour for value gap and see a shift to the upside, and we take a long, or it will go back up to this for value gap right here and then short down. We got two options. Those are the only two options that I see. The reason why is we made a break of structure here again. Actually, from this wick, we made a full break of structure. We tapped, and now we're falling again. So if we want to have a retest of this last move, that would be this move. Now we can see it come back up to that 780 level. We have a 15-minute for value gap right here. So that would be our entry point, and then short it back down. So we got one here as an entry point that we could see. The rest has been done. So you can definitely see once the market is moving, I'll show it again. So here we can see this was the move. We came back up into that 60 level. Anything above 50 is good to short. Stops at the high. We came into that level and then it started moving again. Same, the one after, right here. We came into that 50 level and we started shorting again. So these are fully done, those two levels. Now we will let the market do its thing first and see what happens. Morning, Nicolas. Happy to see you here. Okay, I'll send it to you. Let's see, where did I put it? I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, right now there ain't much that we can do actually. So it looks like we will take our low now. If we fall further down, that would be amazing to see, then we can enter it. And then I want to see a shift to the upside, and then we will long back to those highs. But for now, we will need to be patient until we see that move actually happening. Not much that we can trade off right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, look, ES is already there. Oh, it's a bit higher, but this is actually much more cleaner again. And ES took the full structure actually. Yeah, it took the high. So if this drops down and we hit that 4 hour, we will need to be patient. There's nothing that we can do right now. He says good morning too. My favorite dog. He's always here supporting me when I'm trading. So for anybody that was listening to the audiobooks, you will have to DM me for the audiobooks. I had to put them in private message. I got a warning from from YouTube. I was not allowed to produce them, so I took them off. So anybody wants to listen to them, let me know. I'll share them in private. Psychology of Money was one of them that got deleted. The author said I was not allowed to publish it. So, and you can only have like 3 warnings on a YouTube channel. I did not even know this. So once you have 3 warnings, and they can actually then delete your channel. So I don't want to have that. So I took the rest of the audiobooks off. So anybody wants to listen to them, just let me know. So that was a quick move to the upside. So we probably hit the lows. So we will hit for this 15-minute gap. So if we hit this 15-minute gap, I want to short from it back to the lows. Again, I'll repeat that. We have a 15-minute structure, so it shifted. I want to see if we hit this, that I can short from it. If this is incorrect, then we move further up. We'll probably have a 15-minute for value gap then to take a long from. So we will have to be patient for that one then. But this is now, I'll put a limit order on this, 25,826 to short, actually to hit this level. So it will look something like this. Stops at the high. I'm aiming for that level. That's 2.6, so definitely a decent trade that we can take. We just had a full structure and we didn't take the lows yet, so it's still protecting. But if we hit this for value gap right here at 15 minutes between 25,823 and a half, I want to short from here to this low, to that 4 hour for value gap just below. We will see if we hit that. If we can't yet, that's also fine then if we drop further down. But I have a limit order right here now. So limit order on 25,823 to short. Okay, Philip, I'll send it to you. Send me your email address if you can through Ding. I'll send it to you through WeTransfer. Then you'll have like 14 days. Then you have like 7 days to download it, and you can always listen to it for free. Then you'll have it on your computer or on any place that you actually want to put it on. We do have an hourly for valid gap just above us. I didn't see this one. And we have a 30-minute laying there too, so we didn't have. Yeah, this is going to be a 50-50% chance that we get this trade. I didn't see that we actually had like a 1 hour FEG just above us still left over. So we could, this could be our stop also. So if you want to be sure, and you move your stop up to that, to this wick from that hourly, then you have like a 100% chance that this will be okay. But right now, probably there is a possibility that I will jump in it one more time if we hit this 1 hour value gap. I didn't see that it was 1 hour just above us too, but still, I'll leave everything like it is. This looked great. Oh, this still looks great. The only thing is we still have like an hourly, and if this 28 minutes now moves up, we didn't make a new break of structure then. We just like tapped it. And for this break of structure of that hourly, this is like that retest of that level. So if I would take this movement, that 50% level is just below us, so actually this would not be an entry if we watch it on an hourly. Well, I'll stick to the 15. This is what I wanted to do, so why not change it? Just that you know, there is a possibility that it comes to this hourly just above us. I'll do that one more time then. I'll short it from here then, back to the lows. Okay. So I'll enter, let me do it like this. I'll enter a half hour here. I took a contract off, or two contracts off. I'll enter a 0.5 hour right here, and if we move up, I can enter one more. Yeah. So I'll short a half hour from here and see if we act. If we start jumping down, I'll add to this trade. If we move up, I can place my stop up this high and then jump further down. Yeah. So I'll stick to this one with a half hour and I'll enter a half hour. If we get tapped out, I'll try another half hour on the higher one. So this way I stick to my 1 hour and fully. If I see a shift to the downside, I'll add the other half hour. I'll do it like that. Morning, everybody. Yeah, anybody that wants those audiobooks, just send me a DM. I'll with your email address. I'll send them together to everybody. I had to delete them from YouTube. I got a warning this morning. Autor. I don't know how to say it in English. I was not allowed to publish it. Let me say it like that. I didn't have any rights to publish it. That's what YouTube said to me. And not because of YouTube, it's actually because of the author itself that mentioned it. It was not possible to send it online. For everybody here, I wish you all a very great Christmas. And tomorrow is our last day of trading for this year. And I wish you all then a very great and good, healthy new year. Good morning, Marco. Good morning, Emily. So everybody that's in my Discord and she wants to have my methods and how I actually trade, I made a new trade plan fully, and I want to see if you guys understand it. So I'm not going to explain anything about it. I want to make sure that you actually understand it without my supervision. So anybody that wants it, send me a DM, please, on Discord, so that you actually can, so that I can send it to you. I want to see if you understand it. Even if you have your own plan and you want to read it once, that's also good. Let me just know if you understand it. If you do, perfectly. If you don't, tell me what you don't understand about it so that I can rephrase it. I'll make a shorter one afterwards, but I want to make sure that you understand this one first. I'll make one more, a bit less um, extended. So the reason for this entry is we made a breakout structure on 15 minutes based, and this would be just above that 50 level. I take a half hour because we have an hourly for value gap just above us, and in that hourly, that would be actually the retest of that breakup structure. That's why a half hour entry on the limited order downside. Second of all, I'm actually already on 10.5 hour this month, so I'm actually above what I need to make. I'm gonna get myself a drink. I'll be right back. If the entry comes, everything's on the screen. So TP would be that 4 hour for value gap just below us. That's the aiming for. That would be a 2.6 R, so that would be a decent trade. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, I'll go over the trade journal. I'll make it a little bit different on Mondays from now on. I'll go over my weekly trading, what we done and what we could have done better. So every Mondays from now on, I'll go recapping the trade journal that I have, and which trade we took, and how we could improve. The reason why I'm doing this is so everybody actually knows then afterwards how to review their own trading view, or their own trade journal. So it's important that you watch your own trades and see what have you done great this week, what have you done less good, and what can you improve on. Is it your fault, or is it the markets that did something different? Did you follow your rules? Did you follow your plan? Did you execute through? Could you hold longer? What could you have done differently? So small things, but they're very important in the long term. And definitely, if you like improve like 1 to 2% every week, month, you actually will increase a lot in trading. Now, the good thing is a very small week last week, so there was only like one trade that we took. So there's only one trade that I can review. So half risk, there was the reason for this trade. So this was the only trade that we actually took. So I wanted to take full TP. So I wanted to take full TP on this level. Zoom in a bit. I took a partial at the first high. So this was break of structure on a 15-minute based that we had. This is TP1 always for me, and this was on a half hour, TP2. So I took two partials, one here and one here. If I let it run fully to the upside, I would have made 1.7 because it was only a half hour entry. The reason why it was only a half hour entry, we didn't have a 15-minute shift to the upside. This is a 5-minute chart what we're watching. So we didn't have a 15-minute shift to the upside. We actually had a 5 minutes right here. And we had a shift to the upside, and this all the candle downwards. We entered the trade and we took it on a 5-minute base. This is the first high. So this is the part that I would want to take profits on a 5-minute base. The reason why is I took this entry on a 5-minute chart too, and we were chopping around all week. What could I have done differently is enter a full R, first of all. Second of all, we could have added on this trade down here because this was actually a 15-minute shift then. Virla actually asked me if she could enter it or add it to this trade right here. And I have to say, in hindsight afterwards, yes, you were correctly actually. I did not add to this trade because I didn't feel like we had a full break of structure at that point, but actually we should have added. And then TP, and then the afterwards, we actually came down to previous day low and we fully moved back up and fully back down. This was actually a great entry too. So anybody who was trading in the afternoon session, when the market came down, here we actually had a retest of a new break of structure from the upside, and then it retested fully, and then the market started moving upwards, I believe, afterwards. So this was also a textbook entry down to the lows. We had a void right here. So go watch one of my movies if you want to know what a void is. And this is an entry part where you could have taken, if you took just a FIB tool on here and you entered on a 7-8 level, that would have been somewhere around the down levels right here. So still would have been a great entry. Your stop would have been at the lows and you still had a nice, decent profit. Not much to say about this otherwise. Oh yeah. So I'm done with 100 trades, I believe. Yeah, no, I have to have 3 more trades. If I have 3 more trades, I took 100 trades live on this strategy. We are up 39.9 hours right now on 100 trades, almost 100 trades. This month, 10.5 and an average of 83 we made in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 months we made about 83 hours. The amount of, I always speak in hours because everybody has a different stop loss. So this way it's neutral for everybody. So you can calculate for yourself how much that would be that you could have made if you just followed along with this strategy. And it looks like the market is back where it was. Didn't get that tap yet. So still be patient. If we don't get that tap and we first hit that Fervalia gap, I will take this limit order off too. So I want to see this get hit before we hit for the lows. And anybody in here that's not yet in my Discord, I'll send a link. You're always welcome to join. Good morning. Ionis. I hope that was correct. No, I'm not in anything yet. There's a limit order. We didn't get tapped yet. I'll try always to put it on the screen too. So right now you can see on the screen on the right side, I'm not in a trade. I'll always try to make sure that I change it, but it's good that you ask. It's a half hour. Reason why is we have an hourly for value gap just above us that I will try to enter again if we get stopped right here. I'll do the same movement twice. So the second one would look like this. That's actually the same trade. But I'm aiming for that 15-minute to get hit and then drop further down. So I'll be patient. Morning, Dr. Wu. Nice to see everybody here today. Love it. Thank you for the thumbs up. I always appreciate it. The channel is growing slowly thanks to all of you. You said I could go to level 2. Can you send it to? Oh, yeah. I'm still, Nicholas, I'm still making the full document of level 2. So I'll try to make that today. It took me a while to fill everything in. Yeah, you know how to add already. So level 2 is more adding structure. Also able to reduce risk, so you're able to take a half hour instead of a full hour. Then you can, because your emotion is already more unstable. Will not be adding too much, but and level 3 is actually that you can teach it to somebody, so that you actually fully implement it yourself and that you actually are able to tell it in your own words to somebody else without me being there, and that you actually can teach it to somebody else. That would be a level 3. Yeah, Dr. Wu, my limit order is set. It's also a half hour. You can see it on the screen. I'm not in anything yet, so just being patient. What the market will do here. We had a 5-minute shift to the upside. We came back down into a value gap right here. So there is a huge possibility that we hit this. Yeah, not much that we go long off. I would have been worth a long too. It would be too hard to the upside, but the market is in structure way. The market is actually going down, so that's why we don't want to long right here. We got about 10 minutes still open. We probably hit this in open, and we'll see what happens. Again, if we hit the 4 hour just below us, so we have a 4 hour for value gap right here. This is a 4 hour. If we hit this before that entry comes, I'm taking the limit order off. Because if we hit this, we actually came back to that 50 level, 68 level, And then there's a huge possibility that the market starts shifting back to the upside, because in the major trends we're moving up, but right now in the now moment we're moving down. So I was aiming for this level because we had constantly break of structure, retest, break of structure. So this would be the retest to hit that level. But if we hit this level first and we don't get that retest, I am taking this off the limit order. For anybody just joined, let you know. Have a nice day, Nicholas. Always happy to have you here. If you need any more info, just send me a DM. I'll make sure that you get it. So, for anybody in here, at least make sure that you have a goal settings. Read your goal every day, at least 2 to 3 times a day. It's so wonderful to have a clear goal and read it every day. So it keeps coming into your mindset. It's important for yourself, first of all, that you actually think and what you want. And you'll do the actions, steps yourself afterwards. One good mindset trick that I have too for everybody in here, and I always share this. I shared this a lot already. Actually, everybody that followed the bootcamp had this one. Make 5 sentences. I don't even know how to type this. Make 5 sentences and ask yourself in the mirror in the morning. So make up a good feeling first for about 5 minutes. Think about something you really enjoy, something that gives you really like inside your body, like a fabulous feeling. Anything is good that makes you feel joyful, that you really enjoy it. And then go to the mirror and ask yourself some questions like, why am I a good trader? If you want to be a good trader. Why do I trust my plan of trading plan, better said? Why do I believe in myself as trader? Something like this. Make a sentence of 5, something like this. And go say this. And this is not me telling you this works. This is actually something a lot of people tell this works. Just go do it. You have nothing to lose if you've never done this, and you have everything to gain. The reason why it's a question is because there are two brain parts that you have, one subconscious and one conscious. And the subconscious gets this easier, and your conscious brain actually makes is the solution part. So that one makes actually looks for solutions. And if you ask a question, your brain starts to work in that direction and looks for that answer. And you will find those answers. Just do this every day. Do this for 30 days straight. 30 days. And say this 5 times while looking in your eyes. This will feel very uncomfortable in the beginning. You will laugh, you will do a lot of strange stuff in the beginning. I've done the same, so I'm still doing this, and this actually works. This is actually amazing how fast you grow to something you want. You can also do this with anything that you actually want in life. So say that you want to be healthy, smart, physically great, have a great body. Just ask the same questions. How or why am I such athletic person? Why am I so healthy, young, and strong? Something like that. Just ask those questions. You'll find amazing how fast the answers will come. Oh, SL is at, yeah, this high. 25,005. 25, 842. Make it 43. How far, people? Again, reason why is we have an hourly for Valley Gap just laying above us. We got 5 minutes still open, and there could definitely a possibility that we tap that one too. And I will re-enter that one more time to short down afterwards. If you want to be fully in, you can just put your stop at the high too if you want to. So if you want to be sure and you take the hourly, you can also put your stop right here. That's up to you. I keep it here. I prefer to keep it there. Because this is that hourly that I've seen. Because if we watch an hourly, this would be the break of structure, and if we have a retest, that would be the retest of it. Because we don't have any gaps. 3 minutes still open. If open flushes down and comes directly to this for 4 hour, I'm taking the limit off. One more time, I'm repeating, just that everybody that just joined knows and does the same. Is everything readable on the screen, or do I need to make it bigger? Let me know. So if the text is enough readable, because I'm always behind my computer, so I can see and zoom in, but I'm not sure that everybody is. If my text needs to be like on a 16 or an 18, let me know. If you prefer it a bit bigger. Yeah, stop is at 25,843. Correct, Dr. Wu. Yeah, mine is already placed. This has been here for a while. We will see soon enough what happens. We got a minute till open, so open will definitely show us what it wants to do. Oh, Dr. Who, if you want the full document of how what my trade plan is, send me a DM. I'll send it to you. So anybody in here that wants to know what my trade plan is, I made a new one completely from scratch. I'm not gonna explain anything. I want you guys to tell me if you understand it. If you understand it, and I'm happy, then I succeed with what I made. If you don't understand it, that's fine too. Let me know what you don't understand about it, and I can adapt to it, and I will change it. It's open. So we just hit the last 5 minute for value gap. So if we start rallying up here, still don't expect the biggest moves to happen yet. We're still like 2 days in, so the market is a little bit less active right now. It's holidays. This is why I'm actually don't want to be trading that much in holiday time. Oh, silver hit my target, by the way, guys. So I said $80 for silver. It was $83. So take some profits on silver. Been telling this for a while too. That I was taking profits every 10, $15. So my target was 80. I sold a lot on 80. So it just jumped up overnight. I was not awake, but I did sell it. Just that everybody knows. I'm only like on half of my investment still in it. If it drops below 70, I'm selling everything. I'm not gonna be patient for it. I will rebuy it on another time then. I made about 200% on silver, so I'm very happy with it. So we just swapped Asia low. So anybody new to trading, sometimes we get those entries, sometimes we don't. Just be okay with everything that happens. The process is so much more fun if you look at it day by day, how you evolve, how you grow, and without looking at the outcome. So I'm starting to realize a little bit more and more how I used to think and how I changed thinking over a long period of time. And I want actually everybody to start thinking the same way. I want everybody to start enjoying what they're doing, enjoying the process, enjoying the growth and the learning phase of trading too. Because if you don't enjoy the process and you're not being able to have patience until the entry comes, you probably will not have it easy to even enjoy if you make money then, because you always will want to have more. And if you enjoy the process until you get there, and the growth that you made along the way, the patience that you created, the stability in your mindset that you created, that's what the real growth is actually. Yeah, and that looks like it will hit that 4 hour for value gap right now. So was a good idea that we were going to short down. The only thing was we didn't get that entry yet. And if it doesn't come up, yeah, that will be it. Then we will have to be patient until we see a new uh, entry point. Because I know trading is being shown out in the world like it's the most easy thing in the to make money from, and actually, it is once you understand how your mind works and how you can let that part go. But that's on itself a very great victory once you can do that, because then you have trust in yourself. You believe that the process important is. You believe that the plan is more important than how your brain is talking you out of certain things in positive or not positive ways. And I still have those, still have those myself. So don't. Um, and afterwards, you will see that the results are way bigger because you were not focusing on making money. You were actually focusing on the process and learning how to trade like you should trade. And by slowing down and being patient until that entry comes, that helps a lot, actually. And in trading, actually, you only have to do one thing. If you actually are behind the charts, you only have to do one thing. Wait for that entry model to show, put that limit order in, and be done with it. Every other movement of any candle is actually nothing to do with you. You don't even need to watch them because they just um, will make your brain tell you a story. What's actually not needed. Anything in between is just noise that you watch, and you don't need to watch any of it. Once you have set that limit order, you can just close your book and take a walk or do something else and come back afterwards and say, okay, it went well, or it did not went well, it went the other way. And if you followed your plan, the outcome you have seen already. I took 100 trades on this, almost 100 trades on this, and this works perfectly fine. The outcome is positive. Day by day, of course, there can be a good day and a not good day. That's always possible. But that there is something you always need to be okay with. Because trading is the one thing in actually the one business that you can have like a 50% chance of making profit and still be very profitable. That's the only business in the world that you can do it. And it's not made for retail people like us actually to make money off. It's actually made for the big guys to talk to each other and make lots of money because of the volatility in it. But still, we can make money off of it. Intraday, external days, swing trades. Once you are learning to follow a process over and over again and over again until it finds becomes so boring that you actually will do it always. And then you're there. Once it feels boring and you just sit here behind the charts and you don't see the candles anymore, and only the only thing that you have to see is a break of structure, retest. Break of structure, okay, here's our retest form. Okay, here's a new break of structure. Okay, where is the retest? And then the limit order set there, be done with it. That's the only thing that we need to see right now if you want to follow this strategy actually. Once you see that, that's all what you need to see. All the rest of the information that you add extra to it is something that I would recommend not to do anymore. It just gives you more noise in your brain. It just lets you see other things. I see so many more things that I actually wish that I didn't see them. It does help me to explain it to everybody, but I still prefer not to see it anymore because it's not needed. Morning, sexy. So who in here does actually the exercise? So Inicia is our mentor and our mindset mentor, by the way. So anybody has something to talk about, wants something off their heart and wants to know how to keep their mindset very clear, practical, and good, send her a DM on Discord. She'll help you. Or send it in the chat itself. Add her name onto it. She will help. Now the market moved so much. Yeah, okay, so I'll call this a tap no matter what. This is like 2 points, so I'm not gonna be talking about 1 point or something. The market sometimes does like 1 point something different. So for me, this is a tap. So this is 1 point off. So probably take, oh, did we take the liquidity here? Not yet. Yeah, it looks like we will not have that entry right now. Yeah, like I said, if we tap this, I am definitely taking that off. If we take out this liquidity right here, we took out Wednesday's liquidity, and there is not much left anymore then. So good view of the market. We follow the direction of the now. So if we make a break of structure and we want to do this kind of movement, we have to watch what the movement is of the market itself. The reason why the market can change in hand right here already is if we take break of structure to the upside, so 4 hour, we made a move to the upside, and this was that full movement. We hit exactly that 50 level right now. So anything from here off on the lower parts of that 50 level, we would aim to go back to the highs. So anything in between here was good. Now, because we hit that 50 level already, I will take the limit order off because if we move back up, we could just as easy take back out that structure to the upside. Again, I am taking the limit order off right now. The reason why is we actually hit a 50 level, and there is a big possibility that we actually start shifting to the upside and continue that way. I don't want to be liquidity, of course. So this was, again, I'll explain. If you don't see it yet, that's fine. Coming off, you will understand. So we made a break of structure here, and this was the movement until that high. Here we started shifting downwards, and I was expecting us to hit that 4 hour at least, and then a 62 level. We got like a 15-minute gap right here too on the 7-8 level. So we'll probably go all the way to this level before we do anything, but I don't want to be liquidity because markets can just as easy hit that level 0.5 and start moving rapidly to the other side. But for me, it looks like it's not strong enough yet. It will drop a bit further, but I am taking the limit order off already. So the short is gone, no trades left open. The market just took out the part that I wanted to hit for, so we came of the fair value gap. That was 5 points, so that was close enough actually to get a hit. I'm not gonna be waiting for it hit right now. That would be not smart at all. The most of the liquidity is gone already. The good thing is now that we can be patient if we see a shift to the upside. So again, limit order is off, no trades are open right now. We made a full structure to the downside. We tapped as good as that 4-hour fair value gap, so there is a big possibility that we shift back to the upside here. And then this would be the liquidity because we would go to here. Equal highs. No luck. That's okay, we'll be patient. So now I need a 15-minute shift for value gap, tap off of it, and then long off of it. So this can take at least a half hour before we do anything. I'll go get myself a drink. I'm still here in a half hour, so we will see if we get an entry. If we don't, then it's a no trading day. That's fine too. If somebody does not understand why I took the limit order off, please ask so I can explain. Honey, always nice and sweet. We'll probably hit the 5-minute level right here. Yeah. The market definitely looks like its structure still downwards. So we will need to be patient. Yeah, if you were online around 7.25, that would be the perfect entry model. We tapped that gap and then moved down. But yeah, we were online a little bit later. Nonetheless, we know where the liquidity is. So this is the major liquidity pool that we want to take out. But still, is no look. I never want to see people actually just jump in because we tap something, put stops at highs, and just aim for that liquidity pool. I prefer that you would never do that, even though that you know that the market is moving down. Just be patient for the model to show. It will come. It always comes. It comes multiple days. Look, I'll even show you how many times it already came. So this was from Friday. Where we are? Saturday, Monday. Where's Monday? So this is Monday. We came up. We made a break of structure. We had a retest off of it. We made a new break of structure. We had a retest off of it. So this was 2. And this was actually gonna be 3. I was aiming for this gap. put back the loss. So I would have been over almost 3 times already, and we're only like 6 hours in it, 9 hours in a trading day. So you'll see this rapidly come over and over again. But yeah, patience is the key, and then just follow that plan. If trading is excited for you guys, it should be boring. It should actually be so easy that it's boring. I don't know, that doesn't sound fancy at all to say somebody to say, but it is actually. It needs to be so easy for yourself that you can repeat it over and over again. So anybody that traded last week, go through your journal while you sit here anyways. Go over your trading journal and look what trades you took, what you could have done better, what you could have done differently. Um, did you follow your plan? Yes or no? Which trades did you follow your plan? Which trades you didn't? And then also ask yourself why you didn't follow your plan. Was it because you felt emotions? Was it because you just wanted to do something? Was it out of boringness? Out of what was it exactly? Because I'm now 1 hour and a half in stream, 1 hour and 20 minutes actually, and I'm still sitting here, not doing anything. So if you cannot sit behind a chart and not do anything, you will have to learn this. It's a must. It's not an asking question, it's something you must learn. Patience is the biggest key in trading, and almost nobody teaches this. And I find it sad to see that nobody wants to teach this because that's the one thing that you need to learn from start off. It's not learning a strategy. That's easy. It's learning to do nothing while the strategy isn't presenting itself. That's the not easy part. And the only reason is because we are taught and everything else in life that we have to do more to get more. And trading, you have to do less to get more. And that's something your brain is not used to get. So that's a learning curve you have to do. But once you get there, you'll make it. And I recommend for everybody that's in here, after 2 hours of screen time, take a 10-minute break, do something, and come back for at least one, for maximum 1 or 2 more hours, and then be done for it for that day. Do never watch the screen more than 4 hours a day. That's way more than enough. If you cannot find your setup in those 4 hours, that's okay. Come back tomorrow. The market is still here. If you took a trade and it went not correct, and you didn't follow your plan, ask yourself, would you be happy? Or would you be more happy that you did not take a trade? It's a very clear question, but if you can answer that for yourself, you know why I'd sell this. Good morning, Arjun. How are you? We're with 10 in the stream here today. With 10, with 10 in the stream. Whoa, that was a Flemish word. I do have to share this. I got a very nice Christmas present actually from my daughter. Even though I have actually never wear a watch anymore, I do appreciate it what she gave me. She gave it for me from her own allowance, or yeah, allowance. Is that correct? That word? So one time a week she gets like money from us that she can do with it what she wants to it. Not so it's an allowance. Yeah, I think so. But if it's not, you understand what it means. She actually paid it from herself for it, so was very happy. It's a watch with. I'll actually show it. So let me see if you guys can see it. So she gave me a watch with actually a picture inside of us, of the full family. I was very happy to get it. Same for you, Arjun. We actually, it's white outside here in Belgium for once. I thought it was snowing actually when I woke up, but I think it's just because of the rain that it was like a little bit frozen. But we have a white, it's white outside right now. And I did not expect this because last week it was like still 15 degrees. Not the fastest market today. Do we have any news that comes up? No, no news today. So it's a very neutral day. Oh, tomorrow we got FOMC. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that will be why the market will be slow today. We got FOMC tomorrow, guys. So tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the evening for us, we have definitely some movement. So it could be a very relaxing market today and tomorrow until that FOMC meeting comes. Most of the time, that's a very big movement. And Wednesday afternoon, we got bank holiday. The 2nd of January, same. And the 1st of January, the same. And the 2nd of January, we also got bank holiday until 9 in the morning. So I would recommend not to trade on January 1st and the 2nd. Just let that market do its thing. So that's the movement to the downside where we hit that 4-hour gap. Yeah, we had no luck today. The market did not come back up to that entry point that we wanted to see. It just started dropping. I will be behind the charts for the rest of the day. So if I see any entries, I'll share it, like always in Discord, of course. But for now, I don't see any where we could jump in. So now we made, look, right here, we made a break of structure. If this candle closes all the way down here, we actually made a change in character right here then too, on a 1 hour based. Here we made a full break of structure, so this would be the move. The only thing that I can see that we could short off is from this hourly right here. That's the only thing that I still see. Well, I'm not gonna trade to trade. There's no point in it. Let's see. Shift. Sit. Sit. They already all know you. Yes. Relax. Yeah, he wants to take a walk. I promised him after trading that I would go run with him, so everybody knows. Again, anybody in silver, I took my profits, guys, so make sure that you do too. At least take some off of it. So we had a full break of structure again, we had a retest, so the market is probably gonna dump a bit. So we're now at a 4-hour level for value gap right here. Okay, if we see a shift somewhere in this region, we could take a long, but I want to see a shift now of full structure and see a if we see a 5 minute shift in structure, I would take it. So if I see a candle close above here and we get a fair value gap, I would long it all the way to that hourly. That would be my target. Not sure that we get a trade, but if we don't, just be okay with it too. You were here, you were present. The market did not show us what we wanted, and yeah, look ahead. That's trading. You don't make everyday money. You just make a good amount of money when it's needed. So anybody that's not in my Discord, that's in the group here, the link is in the description or in the chat. Just join. You're all welcome. And anybody in here that wants to have my trade plan that I added, send me a DM too, so that I can actually send it to you. Anybody that sends me a DM, I'll share it. Okay, trade plan, Emily. So anybody eager to long? We do not long until we see a full change in character, guys. So the market is still going lower right now. So no, I want nobody to see him long before you actually see a move happening. So nobody tell me that you're in a long right now, because just I said I want to long to that hourly. if I see a change in character, of course. Nothing before, otherwise the market is just still dumping down. So I want nobody in along right now until we see a shift in the structure. On the 4-hour based, right now, we had a full retest of that break of structure. That's right here. If you want along, you have to put your stop all the way right here to 25,609. And you have to be okay with it that it can still take you out. That would be a decent stop. I believe so. Yeah, that's a 150 point stop. So if you're okay with it, and target would be then this buy side liquidity. But that would be TP1. Previous week high. But it's better that you are patient until we see that shift. The market can still fall down all the way back to here. So not doing anything until we get to that point, and I want to see that shift happening. Yeah. You trade mass, you trade ES. That's a different story. Veerle, you know how to trade, so I don't need to explain to you how it works. Yeah, this would be full correct. That's a full retest of everything. So stops at the lows and then continue. This is exactly what you want to see. If you hit a nice fair value gap at the lows, but this could still be it also. It can still come to this level. There's a small void right here in between those levels that didn't get hit. But I don't watch MES that often to actually know how it moves. So it's very important if you start trading on one asset that you keep doing it on one asset, because every asset moves a little bit different, and every asset you need to learn how it moves. So if you learn how it moves, you can trade easier off of it. Yeah, it looks like I will not have a trade in the morning session, but I'm gonna be patient. The only thing that I would trade off is we hit that 15-minute level right here. This is something I would take. That's like a 70-point stop. That's doable. It's not the smallest, but that's doable to the lows. But at this point, nothing yet. Enjoy your day, Arjun. Tomorrow, last day of trading for the year. I'm online for another 20 minutes or so. So anybody has a question, just ask. I'm here to help, of course. I'm gonna get myself one more drink. Oh, and it's Kaku I'm drinking. Keeps the mindset good. So one more move down. Yeah. Still looks like it wants to go down. So anybody in here, do learn a little bit of market structure, because knowing when a structure shifts and changes is so important for yourself, that you know where to actually enter a trade and when not to enter a trade. There was no way that we could actually enter this We did not have a 15-minute gap anywhere yet that got tapped. So the only thing that we did have was what, like a very, very small one that was right here. Actually, right, this one here. But I wanted to hit that one actually. That was my limit order. The reason why I didn't enter it, look, this was below that 50 level, and I always want to be above that 50 level to actually start shorting from it. Would have been a good trade, but would not be my plan, so that's why we don't enter it. And if I have to say afterwards, was it a valid trade? For me, it would be a no. Reason why we didn't hit that 50 level, and if we don't hit that level, we should not be trading. Or I am not trading anyways. Stay for another 12 minutes and then I'll be off. Like I said, if I see anything happening, or if we get to that 15-minute fair value gap just below, and we get like a 5-minute structure shift back upside, I'll put my stop under that 15-minute gap and just take a long off of it. Because in a very big structure, so in the how further you look after everything, so if you zoom out, you will always see what the market is actually doing. So we need to go actually to a daily. So a daily, what did we do? We made break of structure right here, downside. We moved up into the 780 level. The only thing I found it very strange on this that we didn't hit that daily gap. Nonetheless, we started moving downwards again. We actually are internal structure right here. So this is an internal structure. So I believe that we will hit that gap one more time before moving fully down. But if the market starts moving and it keeps moving down, that's just as good possible right here. I would like to see it hit that gap, so that one is then gone. That would be, how do you call it? A textbook entry. But for now, the market is slowly moving down. This is why I said nobody should take a long until you see a shift in structure. If you don't see a shift in structure, you're not allowed to take a long. Otherwise, you're just trading against what the market is doing. And you always have to watch what the market is doing right now. So now the market is falling down until that model presents, of course. So this would be that entry model on that 50-minute gap. But we have a very, very small void. So if I would want to set an entry, I would actually want to set it right here on this small void. There is a gap I've seen between two candles. So a void is a candle that's not connected to another one. It's a small one right here. And the market can just tap this and just be gone with it. And that's actually a doable trade. So this is only like a 16-point stop then. Okay, so this will be a no trading session online. If I'm lucky and I get offline and I see an entry model afterwards, I'll share it like always. We'll be just in where do I on trader launch or in future. I'll share it what I see, and you just have to take a look then. You want Dr. Wu? I'll send you the plan. Let me know if you ever find that if you get to that person with a kako. See you tomorrow. Thank you. See, look, all of these people have actually a good habit. They are online for about 2 hours and then they get off. So that's about the average that you need to be on for trading. Just then set your stop loss and your TP and come back in a few hours and see what happens. If we take a trade together, know that my trades can sometimes go up to 4 hours before we actually hit my TP. So if you're in here and you're a scalper, actually want to be done with it like in 5 minutes in trading, you're not in the right group. I can show you where you can go to. I can give you some pointers to somebody that actually is very good scalper and he likes to trade like in 30 seconds and a minute. But that's not me. So if you want to trade relaxed, calm, and with a lot of patience, then you're in the right place. If you're like a 1 minute changing character, moving to the upside and be done with it like in 5 minutes, uh, just send me a DM or send something in a text in the chat. I'll give you a group. Say hi from me to that group. I've been there too. So, and they have actually a very good person that sculpts very nicely. He's very good at it, but that's just not me. And I've tried it. It just doesn't make me relaxed anymore. It just gets me like everywhere together. That would have been such a good entry, actually, that 15 minute if we took that, if we got a hit of that one. But you can see all of you now, if you're still here. I didn't get my entry, but I'm still okay. I've been here so long that I know that entry will come again. After a few years of watching those markets, you know that that entry always comes. Thanks, Dr. Yeah, like I said, some people like scalping and like being fast and everything, and I just like to be relaxed when I'm trading. Otherwise, I'll be like that all day, and that's not something I want. Yeah, you're correct. Next is a good trade on that part. I'm happy you found Playbit that you can help people. But this is something like I would never allow in my group too. So if I can mentor people to actually get to that part to level three in this trading strategy, you could actually get online with myself too in my group so that you actually can do the afternoon session. somebody that actually wants to do NY. But I would prefer, like, I would never let somebody that sculpts join the group or join the group on stage. Let me say it like that. You can always join the group if you're a scalper, but I would not like to be him on stage. Reason why is that would be 200% the opposite of what I do, and I want to be the full group needs to be in line for me. So I want everybody to be like at the same level, see the same entries or around the same entries, take the same trades, and that makes the community full. That makes everybody understands each other. This is what I want for this group. I want everybody to understand every move you take, why you take it, why you didn't take it, and this will make it so much easier to explain everybody the same movement, and you will feel the same vibe over the full group. And that's something I'm aiming for this year. I'm also aiming for to opening my first school in trading in real life. Then will be a very busy year for me. But anybody that's up to it, let me know. I could definitely use some help with this. Yeah, that's a good question. Where would I open my first school? I was aiming for Belgium first, but I'm not sure that I will. It will depend on if I can speak in English, whether I have a location. So my options are still open. We will see in time what happens if something presents itself. Yeah, I want to try a physical location, yes. So I want to be able to meet the people too. I'm a people person, so I'm actually one that loves to be around people. And I like chatting with everybody, yeah, but it's only me blabbering always. So I like the conversation with people. So I like to be around them. I like to learn about them. I like to educate them on my level and see the think processes behind them too. Because if I'm just here chatting and you guys are answering, I like it a lot. I love it even, but it's not the same. So that's no trading day for me. Sadly enough, we did not get that entry that I wanted to see, but be proud of yourself if you didn't take an entry today because the model didn't show itself. And if the model didn't show itself, you did actually perfectly aligned with the plan. And that's what we need to do. Be aligned with our plan, follow it, and when the model shows, we take that entry. It's that simple. And then the rest of the time, we only need to do is have patience. Just sit here and do nothing. That sounds actually very strange to say, but this is actually how we make money. So I wish you all a very great trading session. I will send it in Discord if I see any entries. I want to be patient for that 15 minutes, see if we hit it. Then I want to see a shift, and then we will have some form of entry model. But at this point, there's nothing that I want to enter off. So I wish you all a great trading session for the rest of the day. I'll definitely send if I see anything. And tomorrow is the last one of the year that I'm trading. And then back to January, of course. And then we will go a full year again, fully at it. Enjoy the rest of the day and see you back tomorrow morning, of course.